All right, I'm going to let this play fully, and then we'll talk about what we have. So we have an offensive zone face-off. We're looking at the team in orange. Lose the face-off. Puck comes around the net to the weak side, and we give up an easy zone exit. So we're going to come back, and we're going to look at some choices that we could have made to make this play a little bit tougher and possibly created a turnover to stay on offense. So I'm going to slow the video down to 75%. And we're going to let it play here. So off this face-off, we can see the opposition is trying to come to the weak side. So what we want to do is we want to identify that this winger is going to be the pass option here. So we want our defenseman, who's now becoming the strong side defenseman, to crowd. And what crowding means is he's going to get closer. He's going to take away the space between the two players here, and he's going to shrink that. And he's going to eliminate this player as a pass option. So as this puck comes around the net, what we want is his name is Cooper Gibson here. We want Cooper Gibson probably already into this area here. The reason we're doing this is that if he does pinch, if this puck does get put on the yellow, or he does decide to pinch on this if he has support, we want to take the space that we're pinching and we want to shrink it. This player is going to have too much time to react and read the pinch and look to move the puck. As the puck comes around here, you'll see that this defenseman is going to put it on the yellow. So we want to pinch on this every time. But because the space is so big without the crowding, that we don't have that opportunity to close it off and create that turnover. If we were crowding and we pinched, we probably keep that puck in right here and are able to get that puck back down low and stay on offense. So that's just a play where we want to make sure that we're crowding, we're reading the play, and we're going to let it play one more time. As you can see here, we want to start closing off that space, crowding that player on the yellow. That would have been a pinch, and we would have created that turnover right there. We're going to let this clip play at full speed, and here's another example of not crowding before a pinch and costing us zone denials and a zone exit for the other team. So puck comes up here, and you can see the space between the players. Puck comes up, and now we get off the dots. We do a good job of getting in between the dots, but now we give a zone entry instead of a zone denial. So I'm going to back it up, and we're just going to talk about a couple key points here. As we can see right here, our strong side D and their strong side forward, we have too much of a gap between the two of them. What we want to do is we want to shrink that gap, and shrinking that gap prior to that player getting a pass is called crowding, and takes that distance between him and the strong side forward and shrinks it in half. Now, when that puck comes up to this player, that is going to be an automatic pinch, and he's probably going to be able to put pressure on and get that puck back down low into the corner here, or rim it around for our F3 to pick it up on this side here. So because we start and we give up too much ice right off the hop, now we don't have an opportunity here to pinch. We have support from our F3 here. So we have three guys above the puck when they have only two guys above the puck. So we have the numbers for our defensemen here to be very, very aggressive. But because we haven't crowded, we do not have the ability to pinch because the space between Cooper Gibson and now their strong side forward with the puck is too big. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that we are reading that play, we are closing off that space, we are crowding, and then when that pass gets initiated, it's an immediate pinch and we create that turnover. So we're going to back it up, we're going to let it just play. So right here, closing that space, that should have been an automatic pinch. Now we do a good job of getting between the dots, but again, we don't close up that gap and we give a free, easy access across our blue line. So here's the final clip, and this is a good example of crowding. And here's the defense we're going to watch. This is Abram Kelleher, and he does a good job of crowding this play. So I'm going to let it play at full speed. And play's coming around, and you can see he's closing off that space. He's not giving away too much. And then now he's able to take away that player as a pass option. And now because he's tightened up that gap, he's able to create that turnover. So if we back it up here, put it at 75%. You can see the space between their strong side forward and our strong side D has now shrunk. So this player gets his head up. He sees that Abram is there taking away and crowding and eliminates him as a pass option. Our other D is doing a good job of supporting on a hinge. Okay, so we have a hinge right here. And this is going to allow Abram to be very, very aggressive because we have support from these two players here, our F3 and our weak side defenseman. So this is a good example of crowding and eliminating that player as a pass option. Now, as that player stops and comes back, you can still see the space between the two players is good. And now we come back again and we put pressure and we create a turnover. we bring it back and we initiate a transition. That's 3 clips on giving you an example of how crowding can work and why we want to crowd. It's crowding and pinching go hand in hand. They are not the same thing. We want to crowd before we pinch. If we're pinching without crowding, now the space that we're pinching is too big and it's going to put us in a bad spot.